started 5 years ago. I'm someone that kind of does the movement before I think, and I was learning a movement and completely flipped and landed on my face, and my feet landed on top of me, where I was done a scorpion and compressed my two vertebrae together. And I've done that twice. I've done also a reverse scorpion where I've landed the other way, and my feet just landed on top of me and get out of the direction.
This is so painful that it sounds impressive.
Oh, so, and every time I run now, like I'm very freaking out as well. I'm like, yes.
Oh, gosh. Wow. That is an injury.
When you guys said injury.
Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
how far in Ninja Warrior did you get?
so I've been in the last 4 seasons, and I've been more successful out of the show in the league. There's a competition out of the league than on the show. I have not been. I was actually my rookie year. I was the most successful, and then I have been unlucky with that.
It's okay, your time's coming. Wait till you hear your clicky neck step up to the plate. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you, man.
Morning, everybody. Tell me who you are, then I can watch your video later, guys.
Yeah, what's your ginger?
You just need to message me so I can watch your video later. Morning.
Maybe yours is more relatable, so yeah.
I went out drinking the night before, and I was like, I'm going to start out this river.
Yeah.
And I went on the treadmill, and I ended up falling asleep and leaning off the back.
You fell asleep while on the treadmill.
Yeah, I was so out of
Sorry. Now, did you, Saffron, when you hit the deck, did you really sort of go, whoa, get up with 140 people who run to your back?
No, I was like 10 minutes long, and I was just like, different guys, like, walked out. Yeah, I was just done. I didn't want to.
I've heard of sleepwalking, and that's taking it to a new level. Oh, you've got it on video?
Yeah, they have photos. I didn't go back for about a week. Leave it that way.
Do send us these ones if you feel like it. We'd love to have them.
Good morning, everybody. Morning, everyone. Who's watching? Then I will watch your video later, guys.
Sleep whilst exercising.
Thanks for watching.
23 past 8. Big man Timber. He's been done at Mix 94.5.
Big shout out Timara. How are you, Timara? Big shout out Timara. What's your location, Timara? Where are you? Ate Bibs TV. Big shout out Ate Bibs TV. How are you, Ate Bibs TV? Let's do karaoke tonight, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I will watch your video later. Thanks so much for watching. It's nice weather in Western Australia. Probably gonna be 40 degrees today. It's getting it's very sunny today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will watch a video later. Timara, good morning. Ate Bibs TV, make a shout out. How are you, everybody? Delma Citri, make a shout out, Delma Citri. Good morning, guys. Going to work, guys. Working. It's beautiful weather in Western Australia. Summertime here, guys. Give my regards to Kuala. Sure, girl. Yeah, I'm going to the farm. When I go to our farm, we have so many kangaroo there. I'll show you a lot of kangaroo when I go to the farm, when I'm live. It's just in my backyard. Thanks, Ate Babes. Thanks, Ate Babes. I'll watch your video later, guys. When I watch your video, I'm gonna leave a comments for your video. Actually, the rest of the country in Australia is flooding a virus. It's pretty bad in Australia now. The virus is, the Omicron is really bad. Only Western Australia is, yesterday we have 14 infection yesterday, 14. Most of them are from a return traveler who come back from Australia to Western Australia and they got the virus.
Madonna, mix 94.5.
Yeah, so
Kimber.
it wasn't that bad yesterday.
What are you doing on the
We don't
floor
want
now?
but it's already got community spread in Western Australia because
I'll just stay down there.
that person from other state came here and then I don't know how he escaped, because before you come here, before you arrive in Western Australia, you need to have a negative test and you isolate yourself for 14 days. You're not allowed to get out the hotel or in your house.
On the way.
Thank you so much, Dimasitri. And then I don't know, that person just spread the virus here.
These sounds are good. We'll finally
We're very strict here. We're close internationally and even domestic. They're not allowed to enter Western Australia. Oh really? Yeah. Now Sydney is pretty bad at the moment. Last week, 2 weeks, no, last week it was like 50,000 a day infection in one day. That's pretty bad. Now it's getting, it's reducing now because people doesn't want to go outside. Who wants to go outside with virus everywhere? You can catch it in it, like you can catch it in every corner. So, of course, if you're wise, you don't want to go outside and catch the virus. So you stay inside. Even some people quit their job because they don't want to go work outside because the virus is pretty bad. Western Australia is not that bad. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will watch your video later, guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's pretty busy today. Friday today. That's why it's busy. Just people are just starting to go to work. Canal de Dios Official. Make a shout out, Canal de Dios Official. Good morning. What's your location, Canal? Thank you. See you at the Bibs TV. Timara, make a shout out, Timara. Dimasitri, make a shout out. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I will watch your video later. We had a karaoke last night. It was fun. It was really fun with those other Filipinos from New Zealand. I met some of them in the live on YouTube. It was fun because they really love to sing. Us Filipino loves to sing. And so I met few of them yesterday and we have karaoke. Canal de Dios Official, make a shout out. Thanks so much for watching. Timara, make a shout out, Timara. This suburb here is 15 minutes to David Jolian. Make a shout out, David Jolian. How are you, David Jolian? David Jolian, how are you? Thanks for watching. This suburb here. Thank you. You too. This suburb here is 15 minutes from the city of Western Australia. It's a middle class suburb. There's a market somewhere just there on that corner. I love to go to that market on Sunday. This sells a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, and you can get much cheaper. DM support, Miguel Shara, DM support. How are you, DM support? Let's do karaoke tonight.
To get the seafood you enjoy.
When is you gonna be on live? Do the karaoke. DM support. Let's do karaoke tonight.
World-class seafood.
I had a karaoke last night with this Filipino from New Zealand.
Make sure there's fresh
It was fun. Like 4 hours karaoke. My God, I'm losing my voice, but just drink ginger. Be better. Yeah, DM support, be friend. You drop off your channel, guys. Be friend with each other. Drop off your channel link. Thanks for watching Canal de Dios Official. Timara, David Jolian, DM support. Thanks so much for watching. Ate Bibs TV. I will watch your video later, and I will leave a comments in your video. Going to work now, but I don't really like to go to work because the virus is spreading here. This one person from other state came here and escaped from isolation and then spread the virus from other people. Now we've got this Omicron in here now in Western Australia. It's a bit scared.
And 17-year-olds.
Yeah,
Before they can
it's a
start
bit scary to go outside.
Third jab, they need to get the green light from
We have like 14 cases yesterday.
About new COVID contact definitions and quarantine requirements.
It's not still not that bad, but
set to meet to discuss the
community, the virus is spreading in the community.
Says it will be given careful consideration.
So it's not very safe at all. I don't like to go to the shopping center anymore
You can enhance the spread of the virus.
The indoor mask
because of
mandate has
this
been extended to
Omicron
the Belt and the Great
variant is
Southern
very
Coast as the
contagious.
Omicron outbreak continues. It's the first time 2 regions have been covered by the mandate during the pandemic. Health
Yeah,
Minister
it's a
Greg
bit
Hunt
scary to
says
go
the
outside.
uptake of free rapid antigen tests has more than doubled their expectations.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll watch your video later.
380,000 people participated in the concessional rapid antigen test program. That's delivered over 1.67 million.
And there are growing concerns for a missing 93-year-old Morley man. Louis Hazelwindis is described as being about 185 centimetres tall with a slim build and grey hair.
Thanks so
He
much
was
for
last seen driving
watching.
on West Swan Road in Caversham.
Timara, DM
In a
support.
red Subaru station wagon with the
Thanks so
registration
much.
AZN 429.
Canal de Dios Official.
Award-winning display homes
Thanks so
at
much for watching.
dealerhomes.com.au.
In sport, the Scorchers will be out to become the most successful club in Big Bash history tonight.
getting,
They chase
traffic
a record
now.
4th title.
It's
Although
8
Scorchers
o'clock in the
winning
morning,
success at Marvel
so people
Stadium
going
in
to work.
Melbourne. All-rounder Mitch Marsh has
So,
been battling
there's a
minor
traffic
hamstring
now.
strain, but says he's feeling good.
To have a go with bowling. If the game really needs it, I will, but I'll be ready to go as a batsman. I'm really confident.
And in the women's Ashes,
Thank you
England is
so
at the
much for
crease
watching,
chasing the
guys.
Aussies' first innings score.
I'll watch your video later. Thanks so much for
337.
Take better care
watching.
of your sleep this new year. Come to the 40-week stock take sale and save up to 50% off store-wide. But hurry, sale must end Sunday. 40 weeks, serious about sleep.
Sunny today, warming up to 35 degrees. Very hot and sunny tomorrow with top temperatures of 39, 38 degrees on Sunday. Right now it's
getting
21
hot.
degrees in Perth. Our listener app
31
is the
degrees
home
today,
of Mix
this morning.
94.5. Join now to listen live or on demand.
Pete, Matt and Kimber. Back in 30 seconds.
Australia's making positive energy and there's more on the way. It's all part of our
Thanks
plan
so
to
much
reach net
for
zero by
watching.
2050. We're rolling out rooftop solar.
I will watch your video later, guys. Thanks so much.
So it's the biggest battery in the southern hemisphere. And investing billions in projects like hydrogen hubs and seaweed for feed, which means more jobs and even less emissions, helping us reach net zero by 2050. Find out more at positiveenergy.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
From Forestfield to Fremantle, get that Perth feeling with Pete, Matt and Kimber.
8:34, good morning. In just minutes, we'll give you the sounds of Perth.
Yes.
Ah.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Do you want to hear one? We
Go
just
on.
like one.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Lovely fella. Carl Stefanovic, Sydney studio, talking about Pete Corelli.
Brilliant.
Got
You
it.
just won a grand. Well done. No, look, legitimately, we'll come back in a couple of songs' time. On Monday, you'll have the chance
Mega
to go
shout
for
out.
them for $10,000. But
DM
just
support,
to give you them
David
so you can have them
Jolian.
for over the weekend.
Timara,
we'll come back
thanks
in a
for
couple of songs'
watching.
time,
Ate
and you'll
Bibs
get your
TV,
first
thanks so
listen to the
much.
official Mix 94.5.
Thanks so much for
Sounds of
watching,
Perth.
guys. I'll watch your video
To
later.
give you the
Thanks so
sounds
much.
of then to now. Third Eye Blind on the way after Elton John and Dua Lipa. Pete, Matt and Kim.
Canal
Mix
Videos
94.5.
Official.
It's a human sign when things go wrong. When the scent of her legs
Joshua, Delia Garcia, big shout out. How are you, Joshua? Thanks so much for watching. I'll watch your video later, guys. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. I'll watch your video later. Thank you for watching. I'll watch your video later. I'll leave the comments when I watch your video, guys. Thanks so much. Big shout out Joshua Delia Garcia. Dima Centre. Thanks for watching and support. Thank you for watching. All that flap and stuff. Good morning. Big shout out all that flap and stuff. Good morning.
hard done by you. Some things look
Yes, girl. I'll watch your video later, girl.
just passing through.
I'll watch your video later. All that flap and stuff. Thanks for watching. Joshua Delia Garcia. Thanks so much. Good morning. I love this song, girl. Yeah. I like Elton John song. Thanks for watching. Joshua Delia Garcia and all that flop and stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll watch your video later, guys.
Any rules that your parents made that you think they're just silly,
I
but they were
shouted
really
you
committed?
out on
Well,
my
I mean, I told the
community
story
tab.
about how sort of loose
Ah,
my
thanks,
mum
girl.
was really, but she was very strict about
Wow.
only 2 cigarettes.
How do you
before
do
school.
that? You have community, what's that? You know you need to join in your group? How do you do that? Thanks so much for watching. I'll watch your video later, guys. Working at the moment. It's traffic in the morning. It's supposed to be 80 speed limit here. I cannot do 80 while there's speed cars everywhere. Put copied in the link. Wow, really? Thanks so much. Thank you. All that flop and stuff. We had karaoke last night and we had a Zumba, live Zumba and karaoke. It was really fun. I like it. I met some people in YouTube from New Zealand and we had karaoke and it was really fun. Thanks so much, all the vlog and stuff. So yeah, meet people and we had karaoke last night. It was really good. It was fun. We had like non-stop singing for 3 hours. Well, what you do is you can join me. You don't need to have a microphone. You go to YouTube, you get a phone, search the song and put in karaoke and it will play without, so it's gonna be in karaoke, so there's no voice and you sing on the top of the song. All you need to do is just search the song in YouTube and make sure you type a karaoke. Like for example, you wanna sing My Heart Will Go On, and then My Heart Will Go On karaoke in YouTube. You play that and you sing on the top of that. That's what I do. And now you have karaoke. And if you don't have microphone, you don't really need microphone when you sing, because I like microphone because you voice, you don't need to shout. Yeah, it's so easy. And then you just sing on the top of that and you can join my karaoke session. It's so fun. You can meet a lot of people around the world. So people will subscribe you and people will, you know, make a shout out, Resto Saber. Make a shout out, Resto Saber. Ah, you got microphone. Okay, if you have microphone, that means you need to connect to the sound system. You need to connect to the sound system of, if you have a microphone, a Bluetooth microphone. Yeah, tonight I will have karaoke tonight. I like karaoke.
Check you run into work not too far away on a day when we hit it.
Your microphone is a Bluetooth. Bluetooth means it's a wireless. You connect your microphone in your phone, and then it will function your microphone. If it's Bluetooth, it's good because you don't need to have a wire. You know? You don't need to have a wire if your microphone is Bluetooth. Bluetooth is wireless. But if you have a microphone that's got wire, you need to connect it to the sound system. Yeah, so it's nice to have buy a microphone, Bluetooth microphone.
And they are on board for Mix
3 hours, really, 3 hours. No, I will have karaoke early, like probably 6 o'clock Perth time. Big shout out Walking with Thompson.
And where in Perth they're from.
Big shout out Walking with Thompson, all that fluff and stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Off to the person who did it, because it's all secret scribbles.
Yeah, I will watch your video later, guys.
Tell us anything. We don't know the
I'm just on the way to
and they captured them, so ready to go.
Dimasitri, make a shout out. Get in support. The way onto my work.
These are the ones with also quite Monday.
So it's beautiful weather in Western Australia.
Sounds of Perth that you need to get
I'm going to work.
to win $10,000.
Big shout out Walking with Thompson. I'm in the bush. This suburb here is about 45 minutes to the city of Western Australia. So there's no beach here. It's just bush, farm, and it's just a bushy place because it's big, far away from the city. It's very far from the ocean as well. So it's like the hills and bush and oh really? Oh yeah, 3 hours difference. Is that like 9 p.m. already in your place? Maybe I'll start a bit early then. We start 5 o'clock instead.
You can
It's too
also
late for you. Very late for you.
Play it again.
Maybe I'm gonna have karaoke 5 p.m. instead. 5.
Hang on, did you say play?
It's too late for you.
I'm pretty sure you said the words. Play them again.
You get tired waiting for me. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll watch your video later. Thanks so much.
Alright, good luck to you.
Yeah, Marlon Chandra. Big shout out, Marlon Chandra.
34.5. Sounds
Yeah,
for $10,000.
And of course,
I'm in the bush.
the workday every
Today is I don't know. I think it's nearly 9 a.m. now. No, it's 8 a.m. Western Australia time. I'm good, thank you, Marlon Chandra.
East Vic Clark. With you for the long haul.
It's 8 a.m. in Perth. 8:30, I think, or 8:45.
Slow there on approach. In
8:45 a.m.
eastbound before Lenore Road left. Emergency
I'm
lane
going to
closed there by
work.
Traffic management. Towing services are on site. and
I'm in
slow
the
there on
hills.
approach as well. Take better care of yourself. This
45
new year comes
minutes
40 weeks
from
stock
the
take
city
sales
of
and save
Western
up to 50%
Australia.
off store wide, but hurry,
It's
sale
a
must end
bushy
Sunday
place
before
here,
you get
bush
serious
and
about sleep. It's
farms
emergency
and
problems.
hills.
Call 1300 057
Because there's no ocean here, far away from the
Don't
city.
get in the car without us.
But it's beautiful weather. It's summertime in Western Australia.
Rough time that he's had over the last 2
Yeah.
decades coming to terms with his sexuality.
I was probably the last person to realise he was gay. I was that person that, you know, your friends and family would say, is he gay? I just didn't think I knew anyone who was gay, which is hilarious because we all do. But back then I didn't have a word to describe.
So it's far away from the city here.
Podcast, grab it now on the listener app.
This is this suburb called Sibyl Group, Western Australia.
And get 40 gigabytes of data for just $40 a month. That's plenty of data to stream, share.
There's
and
an
do more
industrial
with
area there.
And don't forget,
But most
you can
people
purchase
around
a
here
business plan
big,
with one of our
have
great
big piece
value
of
plans
land.
lines. There's never been
Farms
a better time
here,
to
animals,
get into store or go online and connect
farm
to Vodafone
animals
today.
on the farm.
Ends 2222 and a Light Plus plan offer.
Because you're not allowed to have chicken if you live near the city. Like if your house don't have enough backyard, you cannot have animals in your like chicken like that. You cannot have that. It's against the law because it makes noise, disturb neighbor.
Never too early for Baker's Delight's hot cross buns. Real buns, handcrafted with real ingredients. Baked by real bakers, fresh every day. Grab a 6-pack of hot
It's
cross
beautiful
buns
weather
at your local
today.
Baker's Delight today.
It's not hot, it's not hot, it's not cold. Just right weather.
My heart for HBF. In fact, you can hear it. Yeah, because it's out now on your internet machine. I particularly
It's not traffic around here anymore because this is not a freeway. But if you go to freeway, oh my god, you get stuck in there.
HBF's
It's
also
so
members
traffic.
and not for profit. Join today.
First event of the 3 big nights. That is one way to kick off a brand new show. Different generations come together on the voice stage.
How old are you, Amy? 3. I'm 13. I'm 72.
This area around here is not very safe. It's a poor area and it's not safe here during the night. You don't walk here during the night. It's not very safe. It's people here are a lot of unemployed people and most people, majority, they use drugs. So it's not so safe to walk around this area during the night. It's not very safe. I don't go for a walk around this area for sure. It's not so safe.
Postmenopausal woman willing to try out a potential new treatment for feminine dryness? If so,
Yeah, it's daytime now. So I stay in my car. It's daytime.
which is trialing a new
By nighttime, you don't walk around here.
Stays in the research unit. All study medication
Because
study-related tests
it's not
will
so
be
safe.
provided at no cost to you.
Even in the shopping center, the old people go for a shopping there, and their bag is being snatched outside of the shop. The target are the old people, because you cannot, old people, they're quite weak, so their bags being snatched and they fall over on the road, because some people, they just grab their bag, they just snatch their bags. Yeah, it's not safe at all.
Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I don't know how to love, but maybe I do.
It's a lot of unemployed people here,
This much is true. This little heart and brain of mine say.
and drug smuggler, drug user, drug smuggler. It's not very good. Safe, not very safe place. I'll watch a video later, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
Maybe you'll get married and she will kiss your feet while I give all my rights away. I won't lose no sleep. Baby, on your honeymoon.
There's ambulance there. Maybe someone's being bashed. They call the ambulance. That was an ambulance. Someone is being bashed. We call an ambulance. There is an ambulance there. Yeah.
Okay, you're pretty. Your face
It's like
your smile could probably
this area here.
Okay, you're covered.
It's not like, let's say it's a poor area, because people are mostly unemployed. There's a lot of policemen around here. Yeah. The train station, someone is being killed on the train station, walking on the train station. There's a guy is being stabbed by a toothpick, like a stick. He died. He walked around to the train station. It's not really nice to walk here during the night. It's not safe.
GRL Mix 94.5, 7 away from 9.
So you don't walk
9 o'clock,
around
R&B
during the
Fridays is
night.
back. It's Pete, Matt and Kimber, currently 22 degrees. We'll get a fresh check here of roads in just a tickety-boo. And we have had our first listen to Mix 94.5's Sounds of Perth. We'll play for $10,000 on Monday, but keep listening across your workday. I'm pretty sure Troy, throughout R&B Fridays, will drop a few more times an opportunity. Just gave us a thumbs up, actually. Just gave us a thumbs up that he will. So
okay.
Good on you, Troy, eh? All right, now though.
Yeah, there are sometimes you think, what? How can I possibly describe, explain?
It's a lot of
more
trees here. This is
crazy
not
world
this
that we
suburb
live
here
in.
is not, it's an old
And on a weekly
suburb.
basis,
On a
no
weekly
less.
basis.
It's
You know,
like
I'm
it's
smack
very
bang in
close
the-
to the hills.
in the middle of
Because
the beginning
people
of
got
my
farms.
life. So it's not my world anymore.
We
Yeah.
won't know which party's in until it plays out.
So I thought,
45 minutes to the
needs
city of
be-
Perth.
Sometimes you need that kind of wisdom of the older being questioned by the naivety of the younger.
Yeah.
And in that way, that's how for generations we've taught each other, be it song lines, be it oral histories and whatnot.
Looks
So, ladies and
beautiful,
gentlemen,
really.
I give you possibly a new segment.
No, the people are not beautiful. Maybe it looks beautiful, but the people lives here not beautiful.
Hey, no. Hey, Penny, come in. You're hungry. You look skinny.
Okay,
Liz's not
I'm gonna be
feeding you.
standby.
Come on. Liz feeds me plenty. How's your week been? You alright?
Ah, Penny,
Okay, guys,
what a week.
standby.
Unbelievable.
But
This bloody
I will
face
still be
mask
live.
is driving me crazy.
No, you don't have to wear the face mask.
Of course you do.
No, you don't. You're in your own house. You don't have to wear it in your own house.
But when I
You're
get
talking
home, I'll
about
watch your
bloody
video,
Mike
guys.
McCracken, he says so.
Who?
Thank
Mike
you for
McCracken, the bloody
watching.
state premier.
Oh, Mark McGowan, no.
Yeah, that's what I said, the bloody premier.
Thanks
He told
all
me
that
you gotta
flop
wear the
and
face
stuff.
mask
I will
everywhere.
watch
I've
your
been
video
wearing it.
later,
I've
girl.
been sleeping in it. I had a shower.
Yeah, the
bloody
people here
thing
are
up.
not nice. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm just gonna be standby, guys. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of trees, and as you can see, the houses are just not really like, it's like middle class. But the thing is, majority are unemployed. They get money from the government. So yeah, that proves like people don't want to work. Either they're drug addicts or drunken people. They get money from the government. The people's got dogs so that thieves cannot go on the backyard. You need to have dog to protect your backyard, or else you're in trouble. Thieves will go jump on your backyard and steal your stuff. Not so safe. Not very safe. The small houses like that, just like the old houses. Thanks so much for watching. It's pretty quiet because it's only like 8 o'clock here. I think 8:45 a.m. It's a school holiday, so yeah, maybe people are still asleep. They don't want to work. I'm not sure what time now. I think it's nearly 9. Oh, 8:45 a.m. Nearly 9 a.m. See, this house is there. It's not very nice houses. Anyway, there's even you go to the city, these people got no houses. They're homeless. They sleep on the underneath the building, underneath the bridge. They're drug addicts. They cannot keep the job, so they're so poor. They just become homeless. Oh, sorry guys. Papa G Poitek, make a shout out. Make a shout out, Papa G Poitek. Good morning. All that flop and stuff. It's locked.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm in bathroom.
Okay. You just go.
Come in. Come in.
Okay.
Yeah. Put the lights on.
That's all right. That's all right. That's okay.
I just take shower.
Okay. Finish and then I'll prepare your breakfast. Stand by, guys. Sorry, stand by.
Follow the curvature of the spine, reaching into those hard-to-get-at pressure points and providing relief with no...
In a set down, so it's going to be a ripping final, and then we're up to the semi-finals for the men. We've got Berrettini.
The plan across the test, it just that slightly fuller length and hopefully ties in some drives. I think through our innings, it was pretty much all the...
The only way that the federal government can adequately protect the site is by adopting a more ambitious climate change policy. One took to social media and said that this announcement was a band-aid over the government's use of fossil fuels and said that at some point the government needs to choose between coal or coral and it can't have both. Another scientist, Jody Rummer, said that if we continue with the current trajectory that we're on, the outlook for the reef is grim. Take a listen.
You know, $1 billion is a lot of money. This is spread out over 9 years, but we need to give the Great Barrier Reef the best chance of survival. We need to put our efforts into rapidly and dramatically cutting greenhouse gas emissions this decade. So over that 9 years, that's what we need to be focusing on. And the science tells us that we need to be cutting our emissions by 70%, 75% by 2030. And we need to be reaching net zero by 2035.
Now, Federal Labor has echoed that sentiment, pointing to internal tensions within the coalition about climate change policy. Take a listen to Federal Labor frontbencher Mark Butler.
You can't be serious about protecting the Great Barrier Reef if you're not serious about climate change. And I think Australians understand that this government simply is not serious about climate change.
So, Steph, this cash splash has been unveiled months out from the next federal election. What's been Labor's response to it?
Yes, Ros, it's beginning to look a lot like a federal election campaign. Earlier, last year, rather, a couple of weeks ago, this year, sorry, the 2022 feels like it's already gone for a long time. Recently, Federal Labor pledged $163 million to help protect the Great Barrier Reef should it win the next election, which of course we're expecting some time before May. This is shaping up to be an election issue, particularly in those northern and central Queensland seats, which rely heavily on the reef economy, and that's where the Prime Minister Scott Morrison will be officially unveiling this policy in a short time. It's been interesting with Labor's attempts to wrest those seats from the government. They're all minority government-held seats in that area, and Labor currently only has about 6 of 30 seats in Queensland, so it will be attempting to win some of those back. More broadly, climate change, of course, is going to be a big issue this election, and so the Prime Minister Scott Morrison will be hoping that this $1 billion announcement will boost his climate credentials, particularly in those inner city seats where we are already seeing independents campaigning on the issue.
Stephanie, thanks. There have been another 39 COVID-related deaths in Victoria. Reporter Dana Morse joins us now from Melbourne. Hi Dana, so sadly the death toll in the state is still high.
That's right, Ros. Good afternoon. 39 is among the higher end of the scale that we have seen for daily death tolls across the course of the pandemic. Currently, the record stands at 41 deaths reported on a single day, and that is in September of 2020. But it is sort of evidence that the death toll might be starting to climb after this is the second day this week that we have had daily death tolls in the 30s. Now, health authorities have said that they believe that the peak of infectious cases has passed in Victoria, and we have seen case numbers start to trend slightly downwards, with 12,755 reported today. What we aren't at the peak of yet is hospitalisations, ICU admissions and deaths. So today we have 988 people in hospital receiving care. That's down slightly on yesterday's number, but 114 of those people are in the ICU and 40 are on a ventilator. Those last two statistics have remained pretty much steady over the last couple of weeks, and it's very likely that we could start to see them trend upwards as our hospitalisation peak comes after our infectious cases peak, Ros.
Then the state government is launching another push on vaccinations.
That's right. So we have the first day of school coming up on the 31st of January, and the government is hoping to get more and more 5 to 11-year-olds vaccinated before that day. Currently, around 38% of 5 to 11-year-olds have had their first vaccine, and the government is opening up state-run sites and working with some schools to launch pop-up clinics over the weekend so that more children will come forward before school starts on Monday. We also have around 35% of the eligible population which has received their booster dose. Now, that's not as high as the government would like, but to provide some context for that, we do have over 101,000 active cases in Victoria at the moment. That figure almost climbed to 200,000 active cases last week. A huge number of people that are currently either infected, isolating or recovering from COVID and therefore unable to get their booster dose. Here's what the health authority had to say on the subject earlier today.
Should you have had COVID-19, that the previous position of waiting up to 6 weeks should be brought forward to a maximum of 4 weeks, but that's underpinned by the proposition that if you do have and recovered fully from COVID, that you should get your third booster dose, or indeed if you're in the younger age groups, when you are eligible for that next vaccine, you should get that when you don't show symptoms.
That number of booster doses in the eligible Victorian population is currently at 35%, but we could see that actually go downwards in the next couple of weeks after the announcement that the TGA has approved a vaccine booster for 16 and 17-year-olds. So that will see the number of people eligible increase, and therefore that percentage could go down before it goes up again, Ross.
Dana, thanks. Now to New South Wales, 35 more deaths have been recorded there. Reporter Manas Angry joins us now from Sydney. Manas, can you take us through today's numbers?
Good afternoon, Boz. Yes, well, New South Wales recorded 13,333 new cases overnight. That is down from yesterday's more than 17,000 cases. Of today's numbers, 7,077 were from rapid antigen tests, and the remaining 6,256 were from PCR test results. We also, like you mentioned, had 35 deaths overnight. That is higher than yesterday's 29 deaths. 20 were men and 15 were women. Now, in addition to these 35 deaths, New South Wales Health has also announced an additional 35 deaths that occurred between the 2nd of January until the 20th of January at aged care facilities in southwestern Sydney. Now, our hospitalisation rates have increased slightly overnight, but they are around the stable rate. We currently have 2,737 people in hospital, which is slightly higher than yesterday's 2,722, and we currently have 189 people in ICU. 78 of those people require ventilation. Now, the New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet has said that modelling shows that we are tracking within capacity. He says that doesn't mean that our health system and our hospitals aren't under pressure, but he says there are pleasing signs. New South Wales health authorities have said that our hospitalisation rates have plateaued in the past couple of days, and they are expecting it to drop in the coming week. With our vaccination rates, currently there's 95.4% of the population over the age of 16 who have received one dose, 93.9% who have received 2 doses, and 36.4% have received their booster shot, so 3 doses of a COVID vaccine. The Premier has said that more than 100,000 appointments were left unused and were wasted, so he's really urging more people to come forward for their booster shot, saying that 3 vaccinations are required to be fully protected. Take a listen.
It's very clear on the evidence here, on the evidence around the country and evidence around the world that boosters work in ensuring that you're kept safe during this period of time. I know many people have made a substantial effort over the last 2 years in going out and getting vaccinated. I know many people are tired, but this is one last effort we all have to make to keep us safe during this period. And so can I please ask, if it's been 3 months since that second dose vaccination, please make an appointment.
So, Marnez, what preparations have been made for back to school next week?
Well, the Premier has announced that all the schools that are starting back up again next week have received deliveries of rapid antigen tests. He says this has been a military effort and it's been a lot of work to distribute these rats to the more than 3,000 schools across the state. It was also announced today that more than 3,400 buses and 200 train services will be commencing from next week for students who are going back to school. So these 200 train services will be operating during school peak hours, so in the morning and in the afternoon. Now, the Transport Minister, David Elliott, is really urging parents who live close by to their school to allow their children to walk or take their bikes to school instead of driving them there themselves. Take a listen.
I know as a parent of myself that there are a lot of mums and dads out there that don't want to expose their kids to the virus by using public transport. That's why they're driving them to and from school. I get it. Which is why I specifically appeal to those parents that live close to the schools. Think about walking. Think about riding the bike. The kids riding their bike. I find it absolutely frustrating this morning in my own electorate, seeing families that I know live within 1,500 metres of the school drive their kids to school. It's not necessary. If you want to make sure that your kid is mitigated, reduces the risk of being exposed to the virus, I don't blame you. So get them outside, get them walking.
He also says that kids have to follow all COVID rules on public transport, things like if you're over the age of 12, you must wear a mask. But he has said that you won't be thrown off a bus or a train if you have forgotten your mask at home. But he wants to stress that kids and students do have obligations to keep themselves and the people around them safe.
Manas, thank you. Queensland has recorded 18 COVID-related deaths in the latest reporting period, including one unvaccinated person in their 30s. Brisbane and the Gold Coast are expected to peak soon as the state records almost 10,000 new cases.
We're not out of the woods yet. We've got a long way to go because, as you've heard from the Chief Health Officer, we believe that the Gold Coast has peaked. Coming down from that peak, we do expect the peak in the Brisbane southeast region here to be basically starting around now and going for the next week or so. And then of course some of the regions will follow. But I want to share with Queenslanders what we were expecting. And you know, when you actually think about this, you can understand why we've had a lot of sleepless nights. But we were initially expecting, in the worst case scenario, 5,000 beds across Queensland would be needed. Our most likely scenario was around 3,000, over 3,000. And as you know, what we're reporting at the moment is under 1,000. This is encouraging news, but honestly, I have to tell you that we were planning for the worst case scenario, and it was quite frightening at the time. And in ICU, our worst case scenario, we were looking at around 500 beds that were needed for ICU. And at the moment, of course, that's tracking just above 50.
Tasmania has recorded 584 new coronavirus cases. 19 people are in hospital with COVID, a drop from the 24 patients reported yesterday. 9 of the patients are being treated specifically for coronavirus symptoms, and there's 1 person in ICU. There are no new deaths. And in the ACT, a man in his 80s has died with COVID as the territory records 734 new cases. Health authorities didn't reveal whether the man was vaccinated or whether he had underlying health conditions. There are 66 people in hospital with the virus in Canberra, including 5 in intensive care, with 1 requiring ventilation. Some teenagers are set to be able to get a booster shot within weeks as the nation's vaccine rollout enters a new stage. The nation's medical regulator has given the green light for Pfizer to be used for 16 and 17-year-olds. Now, the expert vaccine group, ATAGI, will need to approve the booster and decide when the age group should be able to get it. The Health Minister expects that final advice will be given in the next week. Pfizer is already being used as a booster for 16 to 17-year-olds in the United States, the United Kingdom and in Israel. The government says it's another layer of protection.
The younger generation are a proportion of the cases we're seeing. They're very mobile, they interact very frequently. We all know the challenges that we face with getting our younger people to wear masks, to follow the sort of things we ask of them with social distancing and all of those requirements. So yes, we are seeing cases in younger people. Pleasingly, we don't see them obviously in higher numbers being admitted to hospital and such like, but there are rare occasions where we do see younger people. I know they're often hearing people say that this is a mild disease and you shouldn't worry, but you should, and you should make sure that you do all you can to protect others so you don't infect others.
Rain-drenched parts of Queensland are set to see more downfalls today. Reporter Lily Nothling has more from Townsville. Good afternoon.
The wet weather has eased significantly over the past 24 hours, and we haven't seen that really heavy rainfall and flash flooding that we were expecting in the region. Around Townsville, inland parts have received anywhere between 50 to 80 millimetres of rain, and there's been less rain along the coast. That's thanks to a low that's pushed the heaviest falls offshore. It's a big change from the deluge we saw earlier in the week, where parts of Townsville received 280 millimetres of rainfall in just 3 hours. It's been a much quieter night for emergency services too, with no swift water rescues or requests for SES assistance. It's certainly a relief for residents who spent yesterday sandbagging their homes in anticipation for potential flooding. But the wet weather isn't over yet. There's a severe weather warning for heavy rainfall from Ayr to Tully, extending inland to Charters Towers. The Weather Bureau says we could see 6-hourly rain totals between 140 and 180 millimetres, which could trigger flash flooding.
Wild weather is again expected to batter Victoria after a deluge of rain and thunderstorms caused power outages. At its peak, more than 20,000 properties in the western half of the state went dark overnight. The power crews are still working to restore power to thousands of customers. Damaging winds and heavy rainfall are forecast for central Victoria today, from Swan Hill to Ballarat. television host Andrew O'Keefe is due to face court today, charged with the alleged assault of a woman in Sydney. O'Keefe is accused of grabbing a woman's throat before kicking and punching her in Sydney CBD after an argument broke out. Police arrested the former White Ribbon ambassador in the early hours of Thursday morning. When a police vehicle drove Mr O'Keefe from the station in the afternoon, he could be heard screaming and thumping the side of the car. Russia says there is room for optimism after the United States rejected the Kremlin's key demands for an escalation in Ukraine. Russia continues to play down the threat, even though it doesn't have
Despite the looming threat of war, many Ukrainians Every day, Russia moves military assets closer to the Ukrainian border. More than 100,000 troops are in position, but Moscow continues to deny there's any threat to its southern neighbour.
We consider even the thought of a war between our people to be...
NATO is bolstering its defences, moving Danish F-16s into Lithuania. One of Moscow's key demands for de-escalation is for NATO to scale back its presence in Eastern Europe and prevent Ukraine, a former Soviet state, from ever joining the Western alliance. The US has rejected those calls and is threatening to stand in the way of a major pipeline to Germany that would double Russia's gas exports to Europe.
Ukraine has become a toy in the hands of NATO and primarily the United States. And Ukraine's ultimate geopolitical pressure against Russia.
Both sides still hope diplomacy will prevail.
We hope Moscow will study what we have offered them and come back to the table.
The next few weeks could be crucial, but these Ukrainian troops have given up guessing what Vladimir Putin will do.
You read the news and just think, well, we'll just take it as it comes.
It's likely Russia is still calculating its next move. The West is planning to make any attack as costly as possible. Nick Dole, ABC News.
Meanwhile, Russia's ambassador to Australia is due to hold a press conference in Canberra this afternoon to discuss the tensions between his country and Ukraine. Foreign Affairs reporter Stephen Judgetts joins us now. Hi Stephen, so the Russian embassy doesn't often hold media events like this, so why have they invited journalists to this press conference?
Well, the ostensible reason that the Russian embassy has offered is that they've been deluged with media requests for comment for the ambassador. That's probably true, of course. A lot of journalists have been ringing up the embassy asking for comments simply because of the severity of the situation in Ukraine. So the Russian embassy says it's simply an opportunity for the ambassador, who hasn't had a high media profile here, to give some comments. So I think we're likely to hear from him, as we've heard from him earlier this week, a fairly stock standard recitation of Russia's complaints against the West. He's already been on radio earlier this week saying that the build-up of troops is not a preparation for invasion, simply saying that if they were intending to invade, they would have done so already, and suggesting that it's simply a mechanism for Russia to give a warning to Ukraine and to the West about the severity of its, about the intensity of its feelings over this situation and its determination to ensure that Ukraine doesn't join NATO, which is really at the heart of this conflict.
Stephen, what's Australia said about Russia's behaviour and what sort of steps has it taken to push back?
Well, Australia has said much more than it's done. After all, Ukraine is a long, long way away, and Australia has made it very, very clear that it's got no intention of actually deploying troops or any ADF assets to Eastern Europe as part of this broader military build-up. What we have, though, done is repeatedly thrown a rhetorical weight behind the US and European calls for Russian de-escalation. We've also tried to give support to Ukraine in other ways. Last year, Australia, this is before the most recent military build-up, Australia offered cyber training to the Ukrainian military, and on top of that, Ukrainian Foreign Minister and our Foreign Minister Maurice Payne have been discussing expanding cyber support to help Ukraine potentially repel Russian cyber attacks. So there is some modest assistance there, but primarily Australia has been a bit of a big player here, simply leading into the verbal, rhetorical support that we've seen from Maurice Payne so far.
And we'll bring you that media conference with the Russian ambassador live on the ABC News channel when it gets underway at about 1:30 Eastern. Stephen, thank you. The US President has confirmed he'll seek to have the first black woman appointed to America's highest court. Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer retires in June, leaving a vacancy on the predominantly conservative bench. Joe Biden said his pick will have extraordinary qualifications, character, and integrity.
And that person will be the first black woman ever nominated to the United States Supreme Court. It's long overdue in my view. I made that commitment during the campaign for president, and I will keep that commitment.
The frontrunner is Ketanji Brown Jackson, who sits on the US Circuit Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. President Biden will announce his nominee next month. Let's get finance news now with Sue Lanning. Hi there, Sue. So how are the markets doing?
Yes, well, I think you can say volatile. Now, we did see a big rebound at the start of trade in Australia, so the market rose nearly 2%, so recouped most of all of yesterday's losses, but since then it's been up and down. It came close to being flat, and now it's back at 1%. So this volatility is going to continue for some time. Investors are worried because there's interest rate rises coming in the US, so that could flow through here. Also, you've got the tensions between Ukraine and Russia and the spread of Omicron, which is hurting the economy. So let's have a look now at the numbers. So at midday, the ASX 200 and the All Ordinaries are up about 1%. So some of the stocks doing well include healthcare and utilities. Miners are also doing well today, as are consumer stocks. Now, the market did fall into a correction yesterday, so that's down more than 10% from its peak. Let's have a look at the movers. Going up today, BHP, so it got court approval overnight to delist from the UK. The Australian share market will be its primary listing. It will exit the FTSE 100. Also going up today is Champion Iron. But one miner going down today is Newcrest Mining. That's despite a production update. It's going down because gold prices fell more than 1% overnight. Newcrest saw gold production rise over the December quarter. However, it does expect bad weather and Omicron to impact production at its Lihir mine in Papua New Guinea. Also going down is the bookmaker PointsBet. It made a loss over the December quarter. And also gold miner Ramulus Resources, another miner going down today because of the fall in the price of gold. Now in Asia, the Nikkei is higher in Japan, and Chinese markets will open soon. It was another wild night on Wall Street. US stocks rising, falling, and then recovering. Investors fretting about pending US interest rate rises. And as I mentioned, tensions between Russia and Ukraine. The Dow Jones ended flat. It rose more than 600 points during the session. The S&P 500 ended down 0.5%. It once again avoided falling into correction territory, and the Nasdaq lost 1.4%. One of the big fallers on the market was Tesla. The electric car maker is slumped nearly 12%. It's warning that supply issues will continue through this year. Looking at the movers, as I mentioned, now spot gold's picked up today, but did fall more than 1% overnight on strong US economic data and the stronger greenback. Oil prices did ease back from a 7-year high, but Brent crude is higher in today's trade. And the Australian dollar also fell to about a 1-year low on the stronger greenback. The greenback's higher, of course, on the prospect of higher US interest rates, so the dollar buying around 70.37 US cents. Producer prices also up over the quarter thanks to rises in building construction, engineering construction and car manufacturing. Ross?
See, there was a strong finish to the year for the US economy.
Yeah, that's right. It roared back from the lockdowns, obviously helped by a lot of pandemic relief from governments and the Federal Reserve, and also businesses stocking up to account for Christmas demand. So official figures showing the economy expanded by nearly 7% over the year to December. It was the best year for the US economy since 1984, thanks to consumer spending and as businesses bought up supplies, and also thanks to trillions of dollars in coronavirus relief. However, analysts expecting the economy to slow down over the first few months of the year because of the outbreak of Omicron, reduction of stimulus, and expected rises in
there when you get stuck in those cross-court rallies in mixed doubles.
Booster that's approved for under 18s in Australia. Now, health authorities are pretty happy with the way the booster program is going so far, with around 7.3 million booster shots already administered to Aussies. That's about 66.6% of the eligible population, but it still could be better, and they're really urging anyone eligible to come forward and get that shot. Health Minister Greg Hunt today flagging an annual shot, a COVID shot and a flu shot could be rolled into one in the future.
We could be in a position where we have a combined COVID and flu shot from 2024 or 2025. The science is to be developed, but that's what we're planning for, and so we're looking at all the eventualities. But right now, the booster can help protect you, and 232,000 people yesterday came forward to get their boosters, and that's a great sign.
And Tash, despite whisperings yesterday that there could be a redefinition of what it means to be fully vaccinated, started by the Victorian Premier Dan Andrews, it seems that it's still 2 shots means you're fully vaccinated, at least for now.
Oh, that is a relief to many. Thanks so much, Stella. The Great Barrier Reef is set to benefit from a federal government cash injection with an extra $1 billion going to save it from climate change and to protect tens of thousands of tourism jobs. The Prime Minister will announce the largest single investment into the world's most extensive coral reef ecosystem in Cairns today. The funds will be invested in new programs and extending existing scientific work to protect the reef and its wildlife. The reef remains at high risk of further destruction. It suffered severe back-to-back bleaching events which wiped out swaths of coral in 2016, 2017 and again in 2020. Overseas now, where the US is threatening to stop the opening of a key gas pipeline that would send gas from Russia to Western Europe if Russia invades Ukraine. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline connects from Russia to Western Europe through Germany, which with the US saying that it will work with Germany to stop it. Meanwhile, the White House is still waiting on a response from Moscow over its response to Russia's demands.
We don't know if the Russians are playing games on diplomacy. We hope not. And our intention, we are certainly pursuing diplomacy with a level of seriousness.
About 100,000 Russian troops remain on the Ukrainian border. A quick look at the weather for you now, and it is quite a bit happening right across the country. Rain all over the east coast, plenty of thunderstorms as well. Certainly in Canberra that is the case. We're copping a bit more in Melbourne here today with a top of 32. Similar in Adelaide, although hopefully it will escape the wrath of the storms. 35 in Perth is probably the best place to be today, but maybe you can't be because, well, those borders are shut. Darwin, top of 31, and just for a change, they're also going to experience some rain. Now, trains, they have all sorts of delays, but they're not normally caused by a swan. Quite a few London Underground trains were running or cancelled, they're running late or cancelled, when a swan planted itself rudely on the tracks and refused to move. The swan finally stood up and workers got it to the station entrance where rescuers picked it up. We don't know if it's a he or a she or maybe gender neutral, but it did seem exhausted. The swan was kept overnight with carers before being released back into a flock. Swans are beautiful creatures. Speaking of beautiful creatures, Jessica, back again. What a calorie-free treat to have you.
Oh my God, I've never been likened to a swan before. I've been called a bird, but I've never been likened to a swan.
A smoking hot bird, I would hope.
Oh, thank
you, darling. You're like a charcoal chicken.
Charcoal chicken is delicious though.
It is.
And lavender is less delicious, but it looks good on you.
Oh, thank you, darling. If it wasn't for coronavirus, I'd say, come over, take a look.
That's true. Well, I will chat with you guys a little later to discuss some news and think of more nice things to say to Jess.
Oh, we love you. You're so
Bye, Tash.
Bye, Tash.
Oh, Tristan, I love you too. Tristan, you know how special you are to me.
Of course.
Okay, gotta go talk to the menu.
Now, Sunshine Coast snake catcher Stuart Mackenzie is used to getting called out to help people get rid of unwanted slithery friends, but it was a shock to be called by the panicked owner of Panda the puppy as the dog battled a large carpet python wrapped around it.
The snake had bitten the puppy's face and constricted it for a couple of minutes. Oh my goodness, it was too late for Stuart to make it in time, but he talked to the owner and the neighbour through the process of getting the snake off the puppy.
Oh, it's terrifying, yeah. Stuart Mackenzie from Sunshine Coast Snake Catchers.
Okay, thanks for watching. Gulf Coast Girl.
You know what to do, but
David Jolian.
When you got this phone call, I mean, how panicked the owner must have been.
Bug Love, thanks for watching.
It was quite intense.
Beep and Pretty Blog.
Myself, so there was a lot of
Okay,
things
I'm
going
gonna
on,
adjust
but
that clock.
yeah, kind of had to just take priority with the phone call. I knew that I had a snake catcher probably within 10 minutes, but it wouldn't have been quick enough. So yeah, had to walk through the lady and
the other girl adjusted, but she put wrong timing.
Luckily, it was a good result.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. But the neighbour itself who helped. So she was on holidays, right? So how did you talk through two people inexperienced with snakes and what to do over the phone?
Yeah, I just had to confirm that it definitely was a carpet python, because if it was a venomous snake, there's honestly not much you can do at that point. There's no
What
point
is
risking
now
your
time?
own
8:39.
8:39.
In the morning.
We were able to confirm it was a carpet python, and at that point, just finding out a little bit details about it, so I knew that the whole dog was basically wrapped up by the snake, and I knew that we had to get the pressure off the dog. So a lot of people think that, you know, when the snake's biting on the face,
All right, see ya.
See you later.
That's probably the least of its
Just
its
lock the
worries.
door.
It's actually the pressure and the constriction of the python around the dog that was the issue. So yeah, looking through uncoiling the snake at the tail end and working backwards.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Lock the door.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching Gulf Coast Girl. Who else? David Jolian. Thanks so much, guys. Budgie Love, thanks for watching. Budgie Love, Beepin' Pretty Blog. Oh, cannot see properly. Papa G Tech, thanks so much. Right, let's go some driving, guys. I'll watch your video later, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Right. Thanks so much for watching Gulf Coast Girl. My 13-year-old neighbor has COVID. Oh, that's not good. Sorry guys. Asha Kirasoy Migashara Asha, Gold Coast girl. Oh, your friend, 30-year-old have COVID. Oh, Baji love. Let's pray for her because see my Papa Jipotek Bipin Pretty Blag Migisharat. My brother-in-law, he died of COVID last 3 weeks ago. He survived the first one. He was okay in the first one. The second one, he died. And I was so sad. He's not old. He's only 56 years old. It was very sad for his death. Kishara Asha Kirasoy, good morning. Thanks so much for watching. I'll watch your video later.
You really should get the best property manager for your investment property. Real people, real property.
Thanks so much.
rprp.com.au. Are you a healthy postmenopausal woman willing to trial a potential new treatment for feminine dryness? If so,
let's have a drive, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Asha Kirasoy.
For medical research, which is trialing a new method of treatment. There'll be 2 overnight stays in the research unit. All study medication and study-related tests will be provided at no cost to you, and you'll have financial compensation for
Ards Anaims, Migashara Ards Anaims.
KIMR.org.
Good morning, Arj. I'll watch your video later, guys. Thanks for watching.
Now it is. Introducing Red Dot Home Ocean Keys. It's the biggest red dot of all, and it's open now in Ocean Key Shopping.
Thank you, Ards Anaims and Asha Kirasoy. I'll watch your video later, guys.
Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool, dance, but what about it?
Thank you so much for watching. Arts Anaims Asha Kirasoy.
Then don't try to fix it. Think of the summers of the past. Adjust the bass and let the alpine blast. Pop in my CD and let me run around and put your car on cruise and lay back because it's summertime.
Thank you for watching. Thanks so much. I'll watch your video later. Asha Kirasoy, Arts Anaims. Thanks for watching. watch your playlist later, guys. Shakira Soy and Arts Anonymous. I'll watch your playlist when I get home.
This is Mix 94.5.
But them the right way, that's my policy. Shonda Paul alongside Beyonce. Now you man say this, I'm dirty, yeah, dirty, yeah, dirty, yeah.
Thank you, Arts Anonymous. I'll watch your playlist later, Arts Anonymous and Shakira Soy. Make a shout out, Arts Anonymous. Thanks, Arch Anonymous. Thanks, Arts Anonymous and Shakira Soy with the shout out. I'll watch the video later, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. I'll watch the video later, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Shakira Soy and Arts Anonymous. Thanks for watching.
Friday's feeling is on
Mix 94.5.
Need to get some petrol. Thanks so much, Arts Anonymous, for watching.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Still love you like that. No, no, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Anyone test will hear the family sing. Act like you know, G-Go. I know what Bo don't know. Touch them up and go. Oh, cha-cha-ching-ching. Here come the upstairs. I'm the lyric.
I need to buy petrol, guys. Finish my petrol. Thanks so much for watching. Arts Anonymous, thank you so much, Arts Anonymous. I'll watch your playlist, Arts Anonymous. When I get home, Arts Anonymous, thanks so much.
Healthcare professional if you have questions. Book now at australia.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra. Ah, summer. It's a time for hanging indoors, switching on the aircon, and binge watching TV. Or you could get out and enjoy all that summer has to offer. At Bankwest, we're helping you make the most of summer in Perth by giving you and your mates the chance to win some awesome experiences. To enter, search Bankwest Summer Bonus.
T's and C's at bankwest.com.au/summer-bonus. Ends 31st of January 2022.
At Baptist Care, we're proud of our name as one of WA's trusted aged care providers.
Thanks so much, Asha Kirasai and Arts Anonymous. I'll watch your playlist later. Thanks so much for watching.
And right now, we have rewarding roles across both residential aged
Thanks so
care
much, guys, for watching. I'll watch your video later. Thanks so much.
We have a career opportunity.
Big
with
shout out
your
Asha
name on it.
Kirasai
So
and
enrich
Arts
your career
Anonymous.
Or start a new one in aged care at baptistcare.com.au/careers.
It's big. It's really big.
This is Western Australia. It's beautiful weather today. So yeah, it's nice to go outside, to go to the beach later. It's not very safe if you go to the shopping center. There's a community spread of the virus, so needs to have self-distancing, guys. It's not very safe going to the crowd places.
So to tell everyone in Perth who you are, what you do, and why they should buy from you, here's Mix 94.5. Every day we talk to the people of Perth, and you can too. Advertise local, boost your business, and help boost the Perth economy in time. Visit mix.com.au and click on Advertise Local to get started.
Getting the kids excited about going back to school isn't always easy, but get them out with great tech fuel and they'll be up, out the door, and on their way straight as.
Thanks so much, Arts Anonymous.
A cool smartwatch.
Or Asha Kirasai, thanks so much for watching.
We have all the things you need to get your
I'll watch your playlist, guys. Who's this person watching?
starts with yes.
Is this Arts Anonymous? So I can watch your video later, longer. I can play your playlist.
The Kia EV6 has advanced tech, a 12.3-inch panoramic curved display, and zero emissions. It's as silent as the Dreadlocks. To find out more, visit kia.com.au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
I'm Gary Megan, and in partnership with Amex, my new podcast, More on a Menu, will take you on a journey to Sydney venues that are putting a fresh twist on the traditional dining experience. Search More Than a Menu podcast or download the Listener app and listen for free.
Listener.
Holiday destination, Loch Ness Island. Best way to get there? Loch Ness Express. Loch Ness Express gives you so many options with more departure times, more often. So if you even short notice, and because Loch Ness Express is way more than a ferry service, it can help with bike hire, bus tours, adventure tours and more. Or over seas, adventure rides. Loch Ness Express is your ride to R&R this summer. Visit rocknestexpress.com.au or 1300-GO-ROAD.
7-Eleven's open 24/7 for everything from midnight ice creams to mid-morning coffee cravings. So you can summer 24/7. 7-Eleven, wonderfully easier. Reduced hours may apply at select stores. Discover the magic of Mankara. Over 55 strata apartment living in Manning from just $309K. Visit mankara.com.au.
Mix 94.5 News Briefing.
Hello, I'm Jennifer King with your news briefing headlines. Police are searching our northeastern suburbs as they try to locate a 93-year-old man who's been missing since yesterday afternoon. The TGA has given provisional approval for a Pfizer booster for 16 and 17-year-olds. It still needs the final green light from ATAGI. And Scorchers all-rounder Mitch Marsh says he's feeling
Thank you
good
so much, Arts Anonymous, for watching.
Against the Sixers.
I'll watch your playlist later, Arts Anonymous. Thanks so much for watching.
And 35 the top today. For these stories and more Perth news on demand, go to the Listener app.
Looking to hire or buy a sea container for your site or business? Instant Sea Containers are a leading supplier of sea containers in WA. Visit instantseacontainers.com.au.
Irony Fridays. Back in 30 seconds. Pivot's brand new store has just arrived in Joondalup. So make a pivot towards the best range of sports, lifestyle and workwear, footwear and apparel at Pivot. With huge deals all day, every day, including this week's Pivot Pick. Till Sunday, get not one, but 2 pairs of men's, women's and kids' Diodora shoes for just $50. Plus, check out more great styles from Nike, Adidas, classics, Vans, Puma, Champion, Cat, Hard Yakka and more. Pivot, now open in Joondalup or shop 24/7 at pivot.com.au.
Get that R&B Friday feeling. Get that summer feeling. All summer. Let's go.
Mix 94.5.
Big shout out, Nick Fernandez. How are you, Nick? Big shout out, guys. Thanks for watching. David Jolian, thank you, David Jolian. Thanks for watching. I'll watch your video later, guys. Thanks so much. When are you gonna do karaoke, Nick? Your live? I had my karaoke night last night with the new friends from New Zealand. We had fun doing karaoke. I'm always, that's good, Nick. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll watch your video later. Thanks so much. Thank you, David Jolian. Arts Anonymous, Asha Kerasoy. Thanks for watching. I'll watch a video later. Thank you. My phone is lost. Your phone is lost. Loggers. What's loggers? So what are you using now? You're using your computer. How come you change your picture of your account? I didn't recognize you. Only the name. I didn't recognize your face. Buffering, I mean. Oh, okay. Maybe the signal is bad. Thanks so much, David Jolian, Nick Fernandez, Arts Times. I don't have a computer. Oh. So how do you do your live? So you do your live in your phone only? Because before you do karaoke before last time. I saw you doing karaoke with your friends in your live. Oh, okay. Really? That's hard when you do karaoke on the phone only. So you only have one phone? You cannot do karaoke live if you have only one phone. Because if you have computer, you can open a lot of windows. You can do karaoke at the same time. And you're live at the same time. Yeah. Oh. That's hard. Only one phone. So you cannot do karaoke anymore because you only have one phone. You cannot do live and then join the karaoke. It's not easy. It's not. You cannot do it. It's impossible. Thank you, Nick Fernandez. Take care, Nick. Take care, Nick. We'll watch the video later, guys.
On Mix 94.5.
Yes, it is impossible.
And I just can't
sis. David Jolian, thanks for watching.
It's the way we do Friday.
R&B Fridays on Perth Mix 94.5.
Make a shout out. Good morning, Scott. Scott, son, how are you? I'll watch the video later, guys. Thanks so much for watching.
R&B Fridays, Mix 94.5. I'm trying to put you in the worst mood. P1 cleaner than your church shoes. Only point two just to hurt you. All red lamp just to tease you.
Big shout out Iska Aksam. Thanks for watching, Iska. Iska Aksam. I'll watch the video later, guys. Good morning, Iska. Thanks for watching.
Kill any pain. Look what you done. I'm a star boy. Look what you done. I'm a star boy. Every day and try to test me, every day and try to end me, pull off in that roadster SV, pockets overweight getting hefty, coming for the king, that's a far cry. I come alive in the fall time, the competition, I don't really listen. I'm in the blue moon song, bumping new edition. House so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 racks a table come from ebony. Cut that ivory into skinny pieces. Now she clean up with a face, but I love my baby. You talking money, need a hearing aid. You talking about me, I don't see a shade. Switch on my side, like to get me laid.
Thanks so much for watching, Iska Aksam.
Look what you done. I'm a star boy. Look what you done. I'm a star boy. Let it brag, legend of the fall.
Thank you so much, Iska, for watching. I'll watch the video later, Iska. Thanks so much for watching.
Star Trek groove in the Wraith the Con. Girls get loose when they hear the song. 100 on the dash, get me close to God. We don't pray for love, we just pray for cause. House so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 rocks a table come from ebony. Cut
That's good to hear. What's your location, Iska? Where do you live? Do you live in Indonesia? Do you live in Indonesia, Iska? Do you live in Indonesia? Which country are you in?
R&B Fridays, the Mix 94.5, The Weeknd, killing it lately. His fifth album, Dawn FM, came out a few weeks ago, and he's already broken the record for most
Thank you so much
listeners
for watching.
on Spotify. Justin Bieber previously held it with 81.8 million. The Weeknd, just a cheeky 86 million listeners in the last month alone. Good on him. Jennifer Lopez, the Mix 94.5.
Nick Fernandez. Thank you so much for watching.
With R&B Fridays.
Going to work.
4.5.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll be watching your video later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Iska Aksan. Nick Fernando, thank you for watching. David Jolian, thank you so much. I'll watch your video later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye.